Hello everyone, I'm Squall. This is StarCraft 2 featuring another game with TSL Hyun. I just finished up his series between against the Marine King. Quite enjoyed it, so I happened to find a few more of his replays. Want to continue to see what he has to offer us in terms of StarCraft related entertainment. And I don't know why I spoke like that, but I did. And he is going up against these Korean characters, and this time I ran it through Google Translate. It is indeed Monster. I haven't seen too much of his stuff, but I know that he exists. And if I know he exists, he has to be pretty good, because you don't get into tournaments and things like that without being at least reasonably decent at this game. So it is going to be a ZVZ matchup. And this is one of those matchups that's always kind of interesting, just because it can be so volatile at the beginning, especially if both players go Ling Baneling. And as a caster, you just continuously have heart attacks when you see the Banelings darting back and forth. And it's just such a high octane way to play, and it's quite entertaining to watch. But we'll see if they go for that, or if they go for something a little bit more stable, like Roaches, or taking up to like Roach Infester. We'll just have to see. So both of them just moving overlords across the map. Hyun opting for a slightly different way of moving his overlords than Monster instead moving this one up here. And it looks like Hyun is getting his spawning pool, or his hatchery first, excuse me, as is Monster. And those started at basically the same time. I think Monster might have started his about a fraction of a second faster. So clearly I have to give the advantage to Monster in this case, because he's ahead. No idea what they're talking about. Oh, I think they might have been asking for a pause or something along those lines. Anyways, so it looks like Monster is getting his extractor already. Hyun taking his just a little bit later. That will allow him to drone up just a little bit faster than Monster, but Monster will, of course, get that tech a little bit sooner. And both players are playing quite passive at the moment, which is pretty standard at this point in the StarCraft 2 metagame. Everyone kind of figured out how to expand safely, and so over time people just kind of dropped one base play, because they were like, this doesn't really work anymore, unless you're Polt. If you're Polt, go watch my Polt vs ASD game. Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't think what he did was really possible anymore, but he did it and he made it work, which was pretty cool to me. In any case, Hyun getting 2 queens, Monster also getting 2 queens. His are a little bit behind, which is probably because he's getting speed already. So he had a little bit less minerals with which to get those queens. And oh wait, he's actually only getting 1? I think he cancelled 1. He cancelled 1 so he could get a few Zerglings and an Overlord out. Interesting. So, Monster definitely being a little bit more aggressive here. If Hyun manages to hold this off without taking significant losses, he will definitely be ahead of Monster, simply because he will just have more larvae. That said, Hyun won't have quite as many units out. And Monster is making a Baneling nest. Hyun is as well, but his is going to take a little while to finish. Hyun decides this queen needs to work a little bit harder, so she's now going to throw darts at that supply depot between injects. These Zerglings cruising on forward. The Baneling nest will finish basically as they arrive, so they might be able to park outside of Hyun's vision and morph in. Hyun seems to sense that there's something going on. Could be he saw those Zerglings with one of these Overlords, so he is making a spine crawler. Very wise decision on his part. Another queen comes out, so Hyun already up to 3 queens. Monster only has the 1 still, so yeah, Hyun will be well ahead in terms of larvae and creep spread. And Hyun is morphing in some defensive Banelings. Oh, but Monster coming in with so many Zerglings and Banelings. Drones being pulled off the line. Oh, no! Oh, Monster just missed killing so many drones. A huge blunder on his part. Banelings do explode on the queen. 1 queen does go down, but most of Monster's Banelings have been expended. Hyun brings forward his Banelings to defend that queen. That one dies. There are Zerglings in the mineral line. And has Monster done enough damage? Hyun has lost all of his queens, But what's the drone count at? Monster is only at 19 drones and Hyun is at 34. And he is, of course, rebuilding those queens immediately. And pulling a whole bunch of drones just to try to repel those Zerglings in his base, I suppose. Interesting decision. Hyun morphing in a few more Banelings. And oh, here comes another wave from Monster. Even more Zerglings and Banelings. Trying to get into the middle line to deal some damage. And... oh, not sure what he got with that. It's hard to tell with Banelings. But they're just both dancing back and forth. Keeping it on this unit count. Hyun still has a significant drone lead. He is building a lot of Zerglings to defend. Monster getting even more Banelings made. And this main is just completely hollowed out. And oh man, these drones are so damaged. If Monster gets a single Baneling in there, he will kill 11 drones. So it looks like he's going to go for that. This Spine Crawler has been doing so much work. It is still up. And nope, Monster not going to be able to get Banelings in there to do anything at all. Hyun continuing to morph in defensive Banelings and continuing to build on his lead. And at this point, I think his lead might be insurmountable. Monster is still trying. Does manage to pick off another queen, but it's not enough, so he does GG out of the game. So well played by Hyun, defending against Monster's just really intense aggression, but having good control, managing to keep most of his drones alive, and did take the win. And I think the real pivotal part was when Hyun was moving all his drones up through here, and Monster had an opportunity to kill, I would say, at least 6 or 7. They were very clumped up, but he didn't have them on attack move. He was just moving them, and that could have changed the entire landscape of this game. But he didn't, and that's just how it goes with Ling Baneling. You know, you have a split second in which to make these decisions, and if you don't make the right one, you lose the game. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please tune in for Game 2 of Monster versus Hyun.